Today, I'm going to show you how to easily fix the most under the radar, not talked about, I would say widespread effects pedal manufacturing defect. It is a big reason why so many musicians have a problem with noise. Now, we're not talking about power supply noise. We all know that low quality power supplies can inject a lot of noise into your signal path. What we're talking about today is a very important step in the manufacturing process, which is being skipped. I've been working full-time repairing, modifying and building guitars, amps and effects pedals since 2008. And something that I've seen getting worse and worse in recent years till now, it's kind of like at pandemic levels, is guitar pedals coming in with noise problems, whether that be buzzing, humming, or ticking, or even whistling. And this noise problem just isn't at the low cost end of the market. Many well-respected high-end boutique brands and big-time manufacturers are getting this part of the build wrong. Now, luckily the fix is free and really easy to do. I'm gonna show you how to do that a little bit later on, but I'd really love it if you could spread or share this video around, because I think it's gonna really help musicians out there from being driven completely nuts by this issue. Now, I know there are loads of reasons why noise can be injected into your signal path, but the thing I'm talking about today is that many manufacturers and boutique builders either forget or just don't ground the effects pedal's base plate. Now, what this means as far as noise and interference is concerned, it's like your effects pedal no longer even has a base plate. It's completely unshielded, and all that noise and interference can get straight up into that circuit. Now, let's head down to the workshop and I'll show you exactly what I mean. Now, I've got a base plate on this pedal that is insulated, so it is not grounded. Now, I am holding my guitar, I've got the volume turned right up, and that's the sound we're getting through the amp. Now, I've set up a fairly hostile environment down here as far as RF and interference is concerned, but you watch this, when I turn on the pedal, watch what happens. Hear all that noise? Now I've put a base plate on that is grounded, okay, the original base plate from this pedal, and listen to this. I know this is a pretty extreme test, but it does go to show if the base plate isn't grounded, you've just got so much more potential for noise and problems to get into your audio path. Make sure you check out the links in the description. I've got a new free section on my website, and I've just added my favorite 2-in-1 power filter and protection circuit. It's one I use in all my builds, and for my Plus members, I've also got a quick extra video around noise sources in your rig, and I'll also go through that power filter circuit with you guys as well. Okay, so here is a typical pedal enclosure. It's one of my green gizmos. Now you'll notice it has been powder coated. Now powder coat is essentially just a plastic layer. It's insulated, and this is where the problem is a lot of the grounding happens up in this main part of the pedal. So when we put the bottom plate lid on, there is no metal to metal contact, and this means the base plate is not being grounded. So to combat this, here is what you do. Firstly, take your screws out and then remove your base plate. Like that, you can see that the powder coat is all the way around and all the way around this lip here. Okay, and next you need to grab I've got a 1/4" drill here, but you can use a 6mm drill. Then you're going to twist it in these countersunk sections in the corners. Let's just do 2 of them to start. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing there. I'm just twisting it in these corners, removing this powder coat. Right, now just pop your base plate back on and put one of those screws in the same section where you scraped away that powder coat. Right, so now I'm going to check it with my multimeter. So what I'm going to do is ground it to one of the jacks. So the jacks are grounded up in this main enclosure here. Now what is happening is the screw is going down, touching this main enclosure through those threads, and that screw is becoming grounded through that connection, and then it transfers that ground connection into the base plate through that section that we scraped away. So I'm going to check over here, and that's exactly what I want to hear. Now, what you can do is, if you don't have a multimeter, if you scrape all 4 of these out and then put the screws in, you'll find that you'll, like 99% of the time, get a really good grounding connection. Okay, so now I know the whole enclosure, including that base plate, is grounded, which is going to stop a lot of noise and interference getting into the circuit. Next, you should go through and check your pedals on your board, because if you do have one with this defect, you'll find that one venue might be absolutely fine and another venue might have a whole bunch of noise issues. Even at the same venue, you might find that one day everything is fine and then on another day you've got noise issues. It can be maddening. If there are any boutique builders, big or small, or effects pedal manufacturers out there watching this, Can you please ground your products properly because your customers are getting frustrated? It's a simple step in the build process, and I'm sure you want your customers to have the best sounding and performing product that you make. I hope you guys really enjoyed this video today. I hope it was actually helpful and really informative, and we'll catch you next time.